Karnataka BJP fans fire. Hints at Congress rift. Karnataka Congress power tussle. That is our top focus on 6 p.m. Prime.
Good evening. You're watching 6 p.m. Prime here on India Today. I'm Akshata Anantagopal. Our focus over the next 30 minutes is on what's happening in the state of Karnataka. You're constantly hearing rumblings of a power tussle between Chief Minister Siddaramaiah and his deputy D.K. Shivakumar. Now, last night, a dinner meeting has fueled speculation that Siddaramaiah is trying to edge out D.K. Shivakumar in that power tussle. We'll tell you exactly what took place and what our sources are telling us. Let's begin with the headlines. Explosive escalation in Delhi. Dangal. Prime Minister Modi's big AAP is Aapada attack on Kejriwal. Prime Minister brands AAP a disaster for Delhi.
दिल्ली को आपदा में धकेल दिया। शराब के ठेकों में घोटाला, बच्चों के स्कूल में घोटाला,
इस तरह की आपदा भाई।
Arvind Kejriwal counters Prime Minister Modi's Aapada attack, says the only Aapada is in BJP, that they have no CM face, no real issue or agenda for Delhi.
पहली आपदा, भाजपा के पास सीएम चेहरा नहीं है और जो काम दिल्ली सरकार कर रही है उस काम को लोग आपदा नहीं आशीर्वाद कहते हैं।
Big meltdown over the DU Savarkar College. Prime Minister Modi lays foundation stone in Delhi. Congress reiterates demand to name college after former Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh. BJP claims disrespect to the Hindutva ideologue by Congress. Stir over Anna University sex assault. BJP protest in Madurai. BJP leader Khushbu Sundar detained. Annamalai says protesters detained but accused roaming free. And big revelations in Sambhal's survey report. India Today accesses survey details. Also say there's proof of a temple symbols, lotus and banyan trees found. And our top focus this evening is on what's playing out in Karnataka. For long now, there's been an invisible tussle of sorts between Siddaramaiah and D.K. Shivakumar. Now with D.K. Shivakumar abroad, currently travelling, last night there was a dinner meet, seemingly with the Chief Minister's loyalist ministers all coming together. And sources tell us that central to the discussion at the dinner meet was a change in leadership in the Karnataka Congress. Now, the CM reportedly will be pushing for a one-man, one-post rule. Essentially, the one leader has one post, nothing more. D.K. Shivakumar, remember, has two posts, that of the Deputy Chief Minister and Karnataka Congress Chief. Let's get you details of what we've picked up from the dinner meet in our report first.
It's the clash of the Congress titans in Karnataka. The rumblings over an imminent D.K. Shivakumar versus Siddaramaiah power tussle is now public with a late-night meeting in Bengaluru. Here's what happened. Karnataka CM Siddaramaiah attended a dinner meet at Minister Satish Jarkiholi's residence, and reportedly a discussion was held on a change of guard in the Karnataka Congress, essentially to replace D.K. Shivakumar as the Karnataka Congress president. And the timing of this meet is crucial. D.K. Shivakumar was unable to attend as he was abroad.
The dinner meeting was attended by Chief Minister Siddaramaiah himself, Home Minister and many other cabinet ministers who associate themselves with the Chief Minister's camp. Once the door closed, they started discussing about the change of leadership for the Karnataka State Congress as well as the cabinet reshuffle in the future days. Now the ball would be in the AICC's court once the ministers as well as the CM put forth their view.
So who will take over as president of the Karnataka Congress? Reportedly, Siddaramaiah is keen on Minister Satish Jarkiholi, Ishwar Khandre or Appaji Nadagowda, all leaders from North Karnataka. The BJP has mocked the Congress power tussle, calling the dinner meet a show of strength by CM Siddaramaiah, even as the Congress is attempting damage control.
Why should they interfere in our party internal affairs?
The party is united, sir.
100% united. In 2028, we will come to power, 100%. BJP will be in the opposition itself.
All the buzz over a leadership change in the Karnataka Congress has again reignited questions over whether CM Siddaramaiah is making a move before any rotational CM formula talks take shape. With Nagarjun Dwarkanath, Bureau Report, India Today.
Okay, let's bring in Nagarjun Dwarkanath, who's joining us live from Bengaluru. He accessed that exclusive information for us of what really played out at that dinner meet. Nagarjun, good evening. Does Chief Minister Siddaramaiah have, in fact, necessary clout to actually push out a D.K. Shivakumar from the Karnataka Congress chief post? Is it something that even the High Command would agree with?
In fact, the tenure of the president has already finished. So 3 years is the tenure, normal tenure for the Congress president. Now it's over. And the negotiation happened in 2023 when the Deputy Chief post was going to D.K. Shivakumar. He said that I will also hold the presidentship till the Lok Sabha elections. Now it's been 6 to 8 months since the Lok Sabha elections has finished. And hence the camp in the CM, around the CM feels that they should post a North Karnataka Congress leader. And also, if the president is on their side, whenever there's a turmoil of who will be the next chief minister, the president can weigh in towards the chief minister. All these calculations are also futuristics. And now they want to put in a point of view to High Command that his tenure is over. In Udaipur Congress AICC session, there was a discussion that one man, one post should be held, and hence D.K. Shivakumar either should hold Deputy Chief Minister or PC or the President of Congress Party. And hence, most likely, they would like to change the President and give it to a North Karnataka leader.
And let's see really if that actually happens as Chief Minister Siddaramaiah is pushing for. Thanks very much, Nagarjun, for getting us those details. D.K. Shivakumar currently travelling, which is why he didn't attend that meeting that took place at Jarkiholi's residence in Bengaluru last night. But really, is there a possibility of D.K. Shivakumar being ousted? There are, in fact, a couple of aspects that the Congress High Command will look into when taking their decision with regards to whether he should be replaced as the Karnataka Congress chief. As far as strengths go, and the biggest one, no doubt, is the fact that D.K. Shivakumar is a muscle man. He gets things done. That's the reputation he has. He's done it repeatedly for the Congress, not just in Karnataka, but in other states too, where essentially he's been a crisis manager and a troubleshooter whenever the Congress has been in trouble or in a spot of bother. He is a very, very clear Congress loyalist, so much so that even when all of the questions were being asked whether he's going to push to be the chief minister, there were repeated meetings with the Gandhis. And finally, he gave in saying, whatever the High Command says, I will agree to. There was no revolt or rebellion. And of course, Caste Matters belongs to the influential Vocaliga community, a community also that is very, very politically relevant in Karnataka. But weaknesses are very much there. And perhaps this is what's kept him away from the CM throne as well. The multiple cases of corruption that D.K. Shivakumar is staring at, many of them ongoing also. Remember that he's also done jail time for alleged money laundering. That's a case that's still on which he's been granted bail. His popularity is also confined to urban areas. For example, he is, of course, from the Kanakpura seat. His brother, D.K. Suresh, is Bengaluru rural. So that itself tells you exactly where his popularity lies. These are aspects, of course, that the Congress again will look into. He has many strengths. There are a couple of weaknesses also that that don't really work in his favor. Let's open this up and joining us now on the broadcast is Mr. R.K. Upadhyay, senior journalist. Good evening, sir. Thank you for joining us here on India Today. What do you make of all of this buzz that, there's a possibility that Siddaramaiah is actually pushing for D.K. Shivakumar to be removed as the Karnataka Congress chief, to be replaced? Do you think that that's something that can happen, that D.K. Shivakumar will allow it to happen?
Well, Akshata, this move has been on for quite a few months now. But D.K. Shivakumar is very clear in his mind that unless and until he becomes the chief minister, he will not vacate the post of the KPCC president. That is the stand. And I'm sure nothing of that kind is going to happen. Otherwise, he wouldn't have gone abroad. I mean, they're not holidaying there. So, but, I think Siddaramaiah is trying to push, Shivakumar a little bit and see that, this power sharing formula doesn't work or something like that. But, Shivakumar has his own plans. And he knows that, Siddaramaiah has completed 19 months and going by the 2.5 years, power sharing formula that they have worked out, he should be vacating by November 25. But I think
is that something really that's been worked out, Mr. Upadhyay? There are a lot of questions, a lot of speculation that yes, there's a rotational CM formula. Is that something that's actually happened? And then is Siddaramaiah now preempting it's going to happen and that's why cracking down now?
I think so. He's trying to do that. But you see, there is no clarity as far as even the rotation thing is concerned. Just about a month ago, when Shivakumar raised this issue, then Siddaramaiah said, no, it's up to the High Command to decide. So, I mean, there's no clarity as of now. But Shivakumar has the backing of Mrs. Sonia Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi. But Siddaramaiah has the backing of Rahul Gandhi. That is where it stands. But then Shivakumar is not the kind who's not, who's going to leave it, easily. In fact, last month, when S.M. Krishna died and there was a tribute being paid in the assembly, he came out with a very interesting story. He said, when S.M. Krishna became the chief minister, his name was not in the cabinet list. And he asked one of his astrologer friends, what should I do now? He said, you just kick the door of S.M. Krishna's house and then ask him that he should be there, because for all that you have done. And he said, he did exactly that, and that's how he got him. I mean, there was a message behind this, admission that he made in the assembly. In fact, the leader of the opposition, Ashok, said, are you going to do the same thing now to asking for the CM's post? There was laughter in the house. So he's not going to, leave it easily. He's determined to get the CM's post, and it's only a question of time because, Siddaramaiah is also, remember, is facing the Muda case, and that is being heard in the High Court. And it's a very, very crucial stage. So anytime if there is an adverse verdict against Siddaramaiah, I think, Shivakumar will pounce on that opportunity and demand that he should be made the chief minister.
These are two leaders who are very powerful, very influential, very strong within the party and outside too, in the state itself, hugely influential. So when you see this kind of war that plays out and this clear factionalism that's happening, do you think that the Congress High Command should step in here and kind of address the elephant in the room, which is question marks about whether Siddaramaiah will continue as chief minister, whether D.K. Shivakumar will be accommodated in the post?
I think they're also in a dilemma because it's not easy to, convince Siddaramaiah also, because Siddaramaiah is also not, one who's going to budge easily. And he thinks that he should complete his 5-year term. So that is where the problem lies. And, he feels that he has been elected for, full 5-year term, and there's no question of, vacating it. And in fact, a majority of MLAs are with him. Even today, if there is a vote taken, 2/3 of the vote will go for Siddaramaiah, not D.K. Shivakumar. There are a lot of people who oppose, D.K. Shivakumar, a lot of ministers and MLAs who don't want him. It's only the High Command which is, interested in making him the chief minister because of the services he has done to the party, and he's the bulwark behind the Congress party. And he has funded so many elections, and I'm sure, the High Command wants to reward him at some point in time, but it's not going to be easy to replace Mr. Siddaramaiah.
It'll be interesting to see what plays out in the next few months and whether there is actually a rotational CM formula or not. Thanks very much, Mr. R.K. Upadhyay, for joining us here on India Today with your valuable perspective also on what's playing out right now in Karnataka. Now, even as you're seeing this kind of a clash of titans within the Congress, if you will. In Karnataka, the other big news point has been the fact that you've had the government going ahead and giving a nod for a massive hike, an increase in bus fares, a 15% increase in bus fares for all state-owned transport corporations. This will come into effect in just 2 days from now, from January 5th. And obviously, again, it's put the focus on the guarantees of the Congress government, one of which is, remember, the Shakti scheme, which offers free bus travel for women. So essentially, with this hike, what the government seems to be doing is taking money from those who pay for the tickets to go ahead and ensure that the bus travel for others is free. This has once again led to a political showdown, with the BJP protesting the hike, saying the people are having to pay the price for Congress's politics.
Come Sunday, residents of Karnataka will be paying more to travel in state-owned buses. The Congress government in the state has raised fares by 15% effective 5th of January. The state claims the hike is the first in 10 years and will offset losses being faced by transport corporations. According to figures released by the state, diesel prices have increased 46% in the past 10 years, leading to expenditure on fuel ballooning to 13.21 crore rupees a day from a little over 9 crore. The spending on employees has risen to 18.36 crore per day in the same period. The losses have been exacerbated by the Shakti scheme, which promises free travel to women in state transport buses. The state has allocated 418 crore rupees for this scheme every month. However, the 4 state transport corporations are reportedly not being paid the full subsidy, leading to massive losses. In 2023 to 24, KSRTC reported losses of 295 crore rupees, BMTC of 575 crore rupees, NWRTC was 322 crore rupees in the red, while KKRTC had losses of 161 crore rupees.
15% is raised because of the deficit that the corporation was facing, all the corporations were facing, and with this increase, there will be some sort of a return of 74.84 crores every month.
The state government has to reimburse to the concerned Sarige Nigams, but the government has not done all these things. They are not reimbursed. For that matter, they are in loss. For that purpose, they are burdening. The state government is burdening on the people of the Karnataka, 50% making hike in the price of the transport.
Karnataka is facing a severe financial crunch due to the 5 freebies it offered voters to win elections. The 5 schemes, Gruhalakshmi, Grihajyoti, Shakti, Yuva Nidhi and Anna Bhagya, will suck out nearly 54,000 crore rupees from the state exchequer this fiscal, pushing up the fiscal deficit to all-time highs. In 2022 to 23, Karnataka's fiscal deficit was 46,600 crore. This year it is expected to hit 83,000 crore, an increase of a whopping 78% in just 2 years. The state government has been forced to compensate for its political freebies by looking for revenue elsewhere. In the past 18 months it's been in power, the state has seen a rise in power tariffs, a massive 500% rise in stamp duties, a 3 rupee rise in fuel prices due to higher taxes, and a 2 rupee rise in government-controlled Nandini milk prices.
They're telling ladies free, first wife free, husband double. Means what? I think this two-blade Siddaramaiah, two-blade government, this is common sense. Every people will know this is the double to husband means They have to pay. The entire house they have to pay.
Meanwhile, the financial situation of the Karnataka transport corporations is not expected to improve anytime soon. The state government in December had to take a 2,000 crore rupee loan just to pay Provident Fund, fuel bills and dues of retired employees. Bureau Report, Business Today Television.
It's a story we're far too familiar with, unfortunately, in Karnataka, of non-stop hikes to fund guarantees, so much so that the government also has repeatedly admitted that they don't have money for development because all the money is going into funding these guarantees. Just take a look at the list we're about to show you. In June 2024, petrol and diesel prices were hiked up by 3 rupees. This was due to a tax hike. But then you also had milk prices going up, power prices going up. 10 days later, the Nandini milk prices were raised by 2 rupees. Nandini Milk is the biggest milk provider and dairy products provider in Karnataka. And soon after that, there was a hike also in charges at the Bengaluru government hospitals. This was announced in November. The government maintained that, look, it's marginal, so there's no real big difference as far as that goes. Now, the other aspect of what now we're seeing is a bus fare hike as well. What all of this means is essentially that the government is making every Kannadiga pay to fund their guarantees. And like we told you in our report, we're talking about a 78% rise in the fiscal deficit as a result of these guarantees. Let's explain to you what's the cost of the schemes that the government has going. The Griha Lakshmi scheme, which is essentially a monthly amount to every woman of 2,000 rupees. This costs the government, the exchequer rather, 32,000 crores. Then you have the Griha Jyoti scheme, which is 200 units of free electricity per month. You see this, of course, in most states of the country right now. That comes at a cost of 13,910 crores. The Anna Bhagya scheme, again something that the Congress promised, another guarantee, 10 kilo rice being provided to each poor family. The cost of this is 9,800 crores. Yuva Nidhi, which is ensuring a monthly amount to jobless graduates of 3,000 rupees. Overall, that means 1,274 crores dent for the exchequer. And then there's a Shakti scheme, which I referred to earlier, free bus travel for women. Costs 4,800 crores. That amount also now will be coming from the 15% hike in bus fares. Now, overall, with these 5 guarantees, what is the expense per year for the exchequer? It's a whopping 62,000 crores, which is why repeatedly there's been a debate about whether these guarantees, this freebie politics, this so-called welfareism move is actually denting every state's economy, even in a state like Karnataka, where now, as the government itself says, there's no money for development, for any sort of projects, for the betterment of Bengaluru or any other part of Karnataka. I'm slipping into a short break here on 6 p.m. Prime. Coming up on the other side, we'll get you details of news that's coming from China that's got everyone worried. After coronavirus, there's a mystery virus that's been reported in China and spreading fast in the country. Should you be worried? I'll tell you in just a bit.
Motorola Razr 50 Ultra comes with Google Gemini.
I don't read the news. I read between the lines to tell you the true version of events. The true story of our times.
To document grief, the toughest assignment for any journalist to be.
From those who matter.
Women politicians going to stick